fears has always been drowning. I remember being strapped in the back seat of my mother's teal and silver Toyota Sienna, crossing the bridge to get to the other side of town. I would dig my kindergarten fingernails into the polyester as we drove over the water. My imagination would replay the same reel of the steering wheel, spinning uncontrollably like a sailor's helm, crashing into iron railings and diving over smoking asphalt. There was not enough time to abandon ship before plunging into deep blue, the airbags bursting open in front of us like jellyfish, blossoming in slow motion, being crushed by the gravity surging in through the windows, our necks cracking with the weight that thrust us forward. I knew that it would be impossible for me to drag my mother's body out from the seatbelt, no matter how many times I thought it through. In 5th grade, a teacher's aide gave me a smooth charcoal sea stone after I cried over getting one of the lowest grades on my class on a math test. She told me that whenever I got upset, I was to hold it in my palm to pretend that I am standing at the shoreline. I am still teaching myself how to white noise out the sound of my accelerating heartbeat, to not let what I am most afraid of consume me. Having an anxiety disorder is worrying a lot about worrying. It is forgetting how to swim while you are still on dry land. It is obsessing over a threat that was never actually there. It is telling yourself that activities like driving a car or going to concerts or parties are not tidal waves wanting to engulf you whole. The first time I had a panic attack in front of someone I loved, they filled a glass room in their kitchen cupboard with cold water and then splashed it into my face, left me shivering and gasping. They tried to bring me out of this bad dream they thought I was existing in, but it only convinced my brain that the drowning was real. After my best friend called me neurotic for panicking over a computer malfunction, after I told my chemistry teacher that I needed more time on tests, they both looked at me as though my body was built of unstable shells of electrons, both the fire and the trigger, that there was a trail of gunpowder tracing back to my desk, expecting me to combust at any moment. I know that neither of them are bad people. It's just that our world needs to learn that stigmas act as ammunition. Calling someone crazy often results in collateral damage. It is not easy for someone who struggles untangling the ropes in their chest to relax their grip and let go. There's nothing romantic about your body feeling like it is nodding up its lifeline. There is nothing romantic about mental illness. People should not be treated as reflections of the problems they are facing. They should simply be treated as people. We are still trying to survive just like everyone else. We are still a part of everyone else. There should not be any hurt or shame for seeking therapy, meditation, medication, the number for a hotline, for just trying. We are still trying. We will always still be trying.
Yeah.
Depression is the first blizzard of the winter. It is January in Minnesota. Those that snow...
As best you can to only look irresistible in public. If you are extremely sexy around...
Chicago of blacks and Asians, whites, Latinos, Chicago of mixed breeds. We celebrate and recognize every race and creed.